To truly understand American racing, one must journey to Charlotte, North Carolina. Competing here means everything.
You have a lot of the NASCAR guys are based out of Charlotte here. We're 2 miles from Legends Motor Speedway, where we're currently having our summer shootout series. It's a 10-week program. We practice on Monday nights, race on Tuesday nights. Between Bandoleros, Legends, and Thunder Roadsters, we'll have an average car count of 230 cars.
This is kind of like our Daytona 500, but I call it like 10 weeks of Bristol. So it's a little hectic. Hardest place in the world for you win at this track here, and but it teaches you a lot about the cars and finessing and something that you need to know when you get into a bigger machine.
Late one Sunday evening, Travis Braden and his crew traveled to meet and compete with legendary racer and Charlotte, North Carolina icon Clay Hare.
Well, the guys in the shop have set the car up, and we got guys that maintain them, set them up, we get them back and forth to the track. We've got a GPS system that we can actually put on the car and work with them and show them how to corner, where to brake, where to gas. So those are the little things that service we provide here.
The racers come from all over. We've got guys, of course, local. We got from Florida, Georgia. I've got a couple guys here this year racing all 10 weeks from Utah, Nevada, California, Texas, even a couple from Maine, Washington State, and we even had an individual from Alaska come down and race with us.
The Legends Series race car is built right here at this facility.
We have 94,000 square feet. It takes about 5 days to build a car from scratch. By the time we bring the metal in from the back door, cut it, notch it, bend it, weld, put all the mechanical components on it, bodies, we can roll one out in 5 days.
Tell me about touring 600 today. What was that like?
That was pretty cool. I didn't see most of that stuff before, and they have a new engine shop, and it's pretty nice. I learned some stuff.
What about the roots? Pretty neat to be a part of the family of racing and everything?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And coming down south, period, like the Concord and that, you run with the best. You know, you get to meet people. When you meet people, you might get a break once in a while down the road. So, you know, there's different reasons to come south.
Winners are determined by skill alone with a Legends Series race car.
Well, you got to use your wits about it. It's got a lot of horsepower. It's on a DOT top street tire. And, you know, like I said, the harder you drive this thing, the slower it goes. It's not on slicks. So it takes a lot of, you got to slow it down getting in the corner. It's on Toyota brakes. And then you got to use that horsepower to get it up off the corner. It's kind of like mashing the eggs before without breaking it. If you learn to do that, you can get one up off the corner.
These are all spec race cars. Everyone runs the same tire, the same shocks. The shocks are sealed so you can't change the valving or the rebound. All the cars weigh the same. They have to weigh 1,300 pounds with the driver. The engines are sealed. They're a 1250 Yamaha CC engine, which means you can only change the jetting on the carburetor, but as far as anyone doing any modifications to the motor work, they all have to come here in-house, and we do all the engines.
Young racers like Travis can learn a lot from Clay.
Well, a lot of the guys get out of the go-karts, get into the Bandoleros, and then into Legends car, and you can see them all over the track. That's a good start point. I wouldn't suggest getting into a Legends car right off the bat and/or coming here. This is the hardest place in the world to race.
Leaking oil everywhere, busted my whole cooler in, but we got it fixed back, went back out for the B main, started 11th, should have finished further, but finished 10th, just trying to get a transfer spot, so we'll start 28th in the main.
So how long did it take to get it fixed? What all got broken?
Mostly, I mean, there's a little bit of body work, but we just kind of duct taped it up. The new front bumper, the oil cooler was okay, it was just the front horns were bent into the oil cooler, but we just had to hit that back out with a sledgehammer, so it's all fine now.
Practice yesterday, breaking some tires in. Got rained out late, so we never got to really run on the tires, see how they felt. And today we went out for the heat race, decided to go and run those tires anyhow because they should be better. First few laps we broke apart, had to come off the track, so now we're starting next to last. Close to the end and see what happens.
Well, we practiced last night and got a couple laps in, and then it rained, and that was over. And then we tried to race today, and the heat race, the muffler fell off, so we didn't get to race that race. And then we were getting ready to start the feature, and it started raining, so they called that. so we haven't raced at all this weekend.
Everything is on the line when you race. Equipment problems and weather cannot be avoided.
Well, it's been raining, and they said it was thundering, so they decided not to race. And supposedly they don't call races here for rain, but I guess they decided to tonight. So we haven't raced at all this weekend.
Tell me about some of the other racers you talked to. What's the vibe out here? What's everybody feeling about it?
Most people are happy because they're here every week, but I don't come very often, so I didn't get the race, and I'm not going to get the race.
How have the other races been going?
Pretty good this year so far. We had a lot of rain delays, a lot of rain outs. Not been the best year for finishing races.
How important is it going to places like Lowe's Motor Speedway for training and learning to be a better racer?
Well, it's a lot of competition down this way. Lowe's summer shootout's a little bit different because TV time and that, they're a little bit rambunctious, and they do a choose deal where you can run up the outside if you want to, and it's a little different, but you run with some of the best.
When you compete at this level, you're in great company.
Now we've done kids like Reed Sorensen, Kyle Busch. We did a car for David Reagan once, so we're doing cars now and sending them up the food chain right into Winston Cup.
Tell me about some of the people that race these cars. Who got their start here and how's that going?
Well, a few, just Kurt and Kyle Busch, David Reagan, Reed Sorensen, Joey Logano, Dale Earnhardt Jr., just to name a few.
How's Travis? Think he's ready?
Yeah, he's usually always ready. He doesn't get too excited. I ask him all the time, he get butterflies and everything. Nah, it's no good. So if he does, he doesn't let on.
One thing's for sure, when you race the Legends circuit, you better stay close to A1 racer Travis Braden if you want to see a checkered flag.